All right, guys, RichesMethod, back at it again. Today, I just want to give you guys some tips that I've learned over the years, as well as what I know being born in the Caribbean. And these tips is how not to get, I guess it depends on the word you want to use, how not to get taken advantage of, how not to get scammed, robbed, and just in general fooled, to make sure that it's actually something real with you and your girlfriend when you go to visit abroad. Now, this could be for the Philippines, Thailand, Colombia, anywhere in Africa. It really doesn't matter. If you're in another country, in a developed country, and maybe you met a girl online, whether you have a serious interest in her or just a general interest, I'm gonna give you guys some tips on some of the ways that you can make sure that you're okay overall in that situation. Here's the first thing. I would suggest you do this, man. And this is going to be based for both scenarios. First scenario, you're already sending money down to this girl. You've been talking to her for a while. Second scenario, you just met her. Maybe it's been a few months. You're thinking about sending her money because she's saying certain things. So for the first guy who's been sending money, you could do a first test before you even fly and meet her. That test would be, especially, with everything that's going on in the world, just one day, if you got a bad feeling, kind of tell her you need to reduce the amount of money. Try that first, right? Don't tell her necessarily why. Say, a few things are happening at your job or a few things happening with your business if you own a business and you can't send as much. You're going to try this for about 3 weeks, okay? After about 3 weeks, you're going to tell her things really got bad and you actually got to cut it off. Now, you might be sending her enough money for a month where she lives. So if it's monthly, make sure that you let the whole month pass. The very next month, don't send the money when you're supposed to. Don't discuss anything with her ahead of time. Wait until the money is late, right? When it's supposed to get there, and then you're going to tell her you lost your job or business did bad. Sorry, baby. You don't know if you can send it this month. All right. No, you're gonna stash that money to the side in case this really is a good girl, but don't send the money. All right. Give it about another month. See what she does. See if the way she treats you changes. See if the way that she acts towards you. See if she tells you anything different. See if her attitude has changed. That's a great test. And that'll work in both scenarios, man. If you haven't been sending money as yet, obviously, I would suggest that you don't lead with your wallet. Stay away from it. Make sure that you research. I got a video on the cost of living in, like, for example, the Dominican Republic. Make sure you research, man. You could Google this stuff. What's the average salary in XYZ country per person, per year, per month, per week? Average, right? Whether it's high, whether it's low, and then that median amount. And then, of course, ask straight up questions. Ask the girl how much she makes monthly if she's really asking you for money, right? Obviously. Guys, fellas, stop buying items, man. Stop sending an iPhone. Stop sending, all these different things that you guys send down. And stop sending money for it also. In many countries, legally, you could be obligated to support that woman when you get to that country if you've been sending Western Unions and all these different documents, different sets of money that can be documented, should I say. And later on, she claims that, you hit her or something like that. She could take you to court in many of these countries, and you are now required to give her a chunk of money. Yeah, true story. All right, fellas? So that'll be the first thing. For you fellas who think there's no good women out there, I'm going to give you 2 real-life examples of what a good woman is in a lot of these countries. Now, I know personally 2 situations. The first situation, the guy actually lost his job. That woman in that out of country cared about this guy so much that she would actually send him money out of her personal savings and what she was doing in her country to help him out. Now, obviously, you wouldn't have lost your actual job. I am not encouraging you to get money out of the woman. That's just to tell you the level of how much that woman cared about this guy. And this was not where he was sending money, she was just saving it and then sending it back to him. No. All right, so that's one example. Second example that I know of personally is another girl who is in a foreign country talking to an American guy who keeps offering to give her money. And the girl keeps telling him like, yo, why you keep doing that? I don't want your money. I got a regular job. It's not the biggest job in the world, but the girl's proud enough. She don't need his help. She's actually genuinely just looking for a guy, a good man. All right. So fellas, this is just a way to test. Remember, what you're doing here is you're testing the value and the quality of that woman. All right. You want to make sure you're not leading with your wallet, and you want to make sure that if you are doing something with your wallet, that she's actually appreciating you, and that monetary part is just an additional benefit for her and not a requirement. All right. That's why I mentioned this. Okay. Now the second thing you want to do, I would suggest you talk to more than one woman. Don't keep it to one. I know you're thinking to yourself, well, you know what? I really love this girl. I really like this girl. This girl seemed like the best thing since sliced bread. If you haven't met her in person, or if you've only met her in person in the past short term, you don't know what a long-term chemistry will be like. You don't know what living with this woman will be like. You don't know what, having her as your actual girlfriend physically on the ground will be after, but let's say a month or after an extended stay. You don't know if this woman is married already. You don't know if she has a boyfriend that she's living with. You don't know if everything she told you about how many kids she has. Listen, this is just for safety. I'm not saying that, every girl that you talk to will be in a scenario where she's lying to you, but just in case, you want to give yourself enough time to see the little tiny lies that might be there, right? The white lies that later on you find out is something bigger. So I would suggest you do this, man. Talk to more than one. Do not keep it to one. Have at least two favorites. That way, if it doesn't work out with one, if one doesn't show up for you, if something goes wrong, you at least got a backdrop and you're not sitting there desperate, making mistakes and being a little too thirsty because you've invested everything, your time, your energy, and your feelings into one particular woman. All right? You're going to find that you like one more than the other, but at least now you got a backup. You got something to fall back to. Now, women actually think this way. So I hope you guys realize that women do that. Women always have a reserve backup dude in a way, the guy that she knows likes her, but she don't really like the guy like that much. And instead of her saying no, she just strings him along, right? She won't even give him the what sometimes. All right. Or maybe she did it in the past, but she has a guy for security, and then she got the guy that she's really feeling and she's excited about, right? So don't be that kind of guy who thinks, well, I'm gonna go all in because she's something that I've never met before, something that I've never experienced before. Everybody gives you their best when you first meet them. Keep that in mind. Remember, this is just caution. You got nothing to lose and everything to win. If she turns out to be the greatest woman in the world, man, you got a winner. But if she turns out not to be, you want to be the type of fella that's not on the losing end. You don't want to be simping. You always want to be winning. You want to be the man. All right, here comes the third and the most important thing. Fellas, you're going to go visit her. Don't tell her. Spend your time and information gathering where she lives, the city, all the information you need, the location. If you've actually met her in person on a little 1 weekend vacation, on a 1 week when you were in whichever country, Colombia, Brazil, hell, Jamaica, Guyana, doesn't matter, Philippines, Thailand, make sure that you got as much information as you need, right? Hell, you might even, if you're chatting on WhatsApp, if you're not, make sure you get it. Have her get it. Most other countries use WhatsApp. You can send an actual physical location. If she's on her Wi-Fi and she is standing in her house, she can send you a pin to get you as close to that house as possible, right? Same as when she's having food delivered or anything else. This is how it functions in these other countries, right? You might even be in a country where there's no physical address. There might not be a house number, 586, Eastern Road. That is not uncommon, guys. So if she tells you, I can't really give you my address, the address seems complicated, there's no numbers, yeah, she might not be lying, man. Believe it or not, there's countries that function that way, right? Okay, so what you want to do, man, with that information, when you're ready to go, you're going to plan it. You're going to book your hotel room or your Airbnb. I prefer Airbnbs personally. Just my touch, right? And you want to make sure that you get there unannounced. You're not going to tell her you're coming. You're going to keep it general. Yeah, baby, sometime within the next month or 2 or 3, I want to come see you. You're not going to tell her you bought a ticket. You're not going to finalize anything. That way, you could still say, hey, but I told you I was going to kind of be here, right? And then when you arrive, depending on how things go, you could use this excuse later on. Hey, the opportunity came up, had a little extra money, had to just get away for a few days, decided to fly down and surprise you because we feel for each other so much, right? You don't want, guys, you don't want to use this to stalk the woman. Don't be that guy. I'm talking about where the woman is actively telling you, you know, come visit her, blah, blah, blah. Not like you're just talking to her online and you decide you're just going to show up. No. All right. So when things are to that level, you're not going to tell her the exact date. You're going to fly in country. You're going to be on the ground and you're going to spend a few days on the ground talking to your both women, right? You're going to set up a little meeting with whichever one. But more importantly, you're going to go like a regular guy, man, like a regular tourist. You're going to get to know that area. You're going to, you know, meet a few other women. That way you can see, man, like, hey, you know, believe it or not, when you're a foreigner in that country, you're treated very well. And you're going to make some friends. You're going to get some phone numbers. Don't do anything too crazy. Don't go marrying no new girl, running off with new girls. But you're going to familiarize yourself with a few more women, get the feeling of it. That way, things go wrong, you're set up, you're okay. You at least got some distractions in your mind. You're going to be able to blow it off a little better. You haven't invested 100% of everything. It's going to give you the opportunity to see who this woman really is when you're on the ground now after 2 days, 3 days, you've had a good time there, or your whole week there, and then you're going to say, hey, baby, surprise. Guess what? I wanted to surprise you. I'm actually here. Where can we meet up? Now, if that woman disappears on you, you already know. She's probably had a boyfriend, a husband. She's something about what it is. She hasn't told you the truth. If she does meet up with you and you know where she is, it gives you the opportunity to see if she's telling the truth or not. Because if she was living with a guy, she wasn't able to clean up the situation as fast or as good as she might want to. She's not able to tell the family members and plan and plot the amount of time, a month before, 2 months before, whatever it might be, right? So that's a good way to test her, good way to see she has extra children, right? On the fly, you'll realize that something is wrong if she, you know, she might be like, oh my God, yeah, you tell her the same thing. I'm just surprising you, right? You're not going to go directly to her house, but you got an idea where she lives, right? So you're going to try to meet up with her, try to select something nearby, a restaurant, a bar, something where she should be able to come and meet you there, right? Anyone who really feels for you, is interested in you, should not have a problem with that. You're not at their house. You didn't show up and knock on the door, but you're making yourself available. And from there, you'll see if she does what a traditional woman should do of her culture or of her country, which is to kind of invite you to her house, right? It's customary in many other countries. You invite people to your home. You offer them something to eat, something to drink. By the way, remember, many times it's an insult for you to say no, right? This is not America. It's not Canada. It's not the UK. So you want to say yes, even if it's a glass of water. You might not want anything else. Take some juice, right? Anybody offer you something? Say yes. Take your shoes off before you go in the house. You're going to see if this woman tries to introduce you to her family members, if what she's saying is really true. So that's just my 2 cents to help you guys out. There's a couple of tips you could do to see whether or not, so you're not blindsided, man. You're not blindsided, especially for you guys who are thinking about marrying this woman or doing a 90-day fiance or something else like that. You're not giving yourself enough time, so you got to do a crash course. All right, and that's it. Hope I provided some value to you guys. Hit that subscribe button as a way to show your support, and forward this video to other people, and add that like button. That's how you could show me your support. I also have an ebook that covers how to help you live abroad. So be sure to check that out if you'd like to support me. I have it both on Amazon also. It's a link in YouTube. It's provided on the YouTube store also. And that's it. Check you guys on the next.